So in today's class, let us discuss benzoin condensation. Benzoin condensation. So this example, benzoin condensation, is a case of nucleophilic addition reaction to a carbonyl group. In this reaction, nucleophile is a carbanion. This carbanion attacks the carbonyl group. So this is what is called the general fundamental of this reaction, benzoin condensation. So benzoin condensation means self-addition of aromatic aldehydes in presence of an alkali cyanide like potassium cyanide is called a benzoin condensation reaction. What is benzoin is alpha hydroxy ketone. Alpha hydroxy ketone we call it as benzoin. Therefore, benzoin condensation means, when two molecules of an aldehyde, aromatic aldehyde, dimerize in presence of potassium cyanide to form benzoin is called benzoin condensation reaction. Now, I treat benzaldehyde as an example. So, two molecules of benzaldehyde I take C6H5 plus C6H5 in presence of potassium cyanide forming you C6H5 C double bond O CHOH C6H5. It is called benzoin. So, two molecules of benzaldehyde dimerize in presence of potassium cyanide to form benzoin is called benzoin condensation reaction. So what are the different facts in this reaction is, number one, it is a reversible reaction. It is a reversible reaction. Number two, already I told you that this reaction takes place in presence of potassium cyanide. Therefore, if you treat with hydrogen cyanide or any complex cyanide, you take any complex cyanide, this reaction does not take place. That means either hydrogen cyanide or any complex cyanide does not promote your benzoin condensation reaction. Alkali cyanide means either potassium cyanide or sodium cyanide you take. Number three, if you take rate of reaction, the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of cyanide ion and two molecules of benzaldehyde, that's why C6H5CHO square. That means rate is directly proportional to the concentration of cyanide ion and on the concentration of 2 moles of benzaldehyde. Therefore, if you observe kinetics, what happens? This reaction is first order with respect to cyanide ion and second order with respect to benzaldehyde. In total, this is a third order reaction. Next point is, the rate of reaction is not at all affected by the addition of any alkali. So, rate is unaffected by the addition of alkali. Therefore, these are the salient features of this reaction. It's a reversible reaction. Hydrogen cyanide or any complex cyanide does not promote the reaction. Rate is directly proportional to concentration of cyanide ion and benzaldehyde concentration square. And as I told you, it is the first order with respect to cyanide ion, second order with respect to benzaldehyde. So in total, it is a third order reaction. Rate is unaffected by the addition of your alkali. So, if we take up the general discussion of this reaction, already I told you, benzoin condensation is an example of carbanion addition to carbonyl group. Here you are using two molecules of benzaldehyde. That means the purpose of one molecule is to generate a carbanion, second molecule is an acceptor for carbanion. But how to generate a carbanion? Look at the structure of benzaldehyde. That means if I remove this hydrogen as a proton, if possible, I will get this charge. So I got a carbanion. But can this hydrogen be removed? No, because it is an ineffective hydrogen. It is unreactive hydrogen. Therefore, this hydrogen cannot be removed as a proton. So this possibility is not taking place in the reaction. It's not possible. Now the second option is I take benzaldehyde. I use the catalyst cyanide ion. C double bond group is polarized. Cyanide ion attacks here, forming you C6H5CO minus charged hydrogen cyanide. Now what is this compound? It is a nitrile compound. In this nitrile, this is the alpha carbonate. The hydrogen attached to alpha carbon is called alpha hydrogenator. What happens? Because CN group is an electron withdrawing group, the hydrogen on the alpha carbonate becomes relatively acidic in nature. Therefore, there is every possibility that this hydrogen can be removed as a proton. You can generate a carbanion here. So that is the possibility of generation of a carbanion in this reaction. Next, the generated carbanion can attack the second molecule of benzaldehyde like this. C double bond or polarized carbanion can attack this carbonate. So this is the way how the mechanism of this reaction takes place. Now let us see the total mechanism of this reaction. Mechanism. So the first step of the reaction is first molecule of benzaldehyde, catalyst Cn minus. So C double bond O polarized, cyanide ion attacks the carbonyl carbon, forming you O minus charged hydrogen Cn. I already told you that this hydrogen is relatively acidic in character. So this hydrogen as proton can migrate to this oxygen atom, forming you C6H5C OH Cn negative charge. That means you got the carbanion. Now the beauty of this carbanion, let us see. C6H5 C OH C triple bond N negative charge carbanion. Since nitrogen is more electronegative than carbon, the pi electron pair can be accepted by nitrogen, so that carbon gets a negative positive charge. When carbon gets a positive charge, the negative charge neutralizes this positive charge, forming you C6H5C OH double bond C double bond N nitrogen negative charge. That means the negative charge on the carbon atom has been delocalized onto the nitrogen atom. That means the formed carbanion has been resonance stabilized. Next step of the reaction is you take the carbanion negative charge, you take the second molecule of benzaldehyde C double bond OH, C double bond O polarized. This negative charge attacks the carbon atom, forming you C6H5C OH Cn CO minus charged hydrogen C6H5. Now, if I remove this cyanide ion, Cn group as cyanide ion, and if you remove this negative charge, benzyl condensation is over, but it's not possible. Therefore, I have to transfer this hydrogen as proton onto this oxygen atom, so that this oxygen atom gets a negative charge. Then if the Cn group is removed as cyanide ion, you get a double bond between this carbon and oxygen atom. That is how you complete your benzoyl condensation reaction. Next step is C6H5CO minus charge Cn COH hydrogen C6H5. Now I remove this Cn group as cyanide ion. so that a double bond is formed in between carbon and oxygen forming you. C6H5C double bond O. I removed this sign in the Cn minus charge. So COHEHE C6H5. That is how I got my benzoyl. So this is the mechanism of this benzoyl condensation reaction. Already I told you that this reaction is catalyzed by alkali cyanides but not HCl or any complex cyanide. That means Cn minus ion is specifically catalyzing the reaction. Why? Because number one, Cn minus ion has got a good nucleophilicity, thereby it can attack the carbonyl carbon easily. So number one, Cn minus ion has good nucleophilicity. Good nucleophilicity. Number two, already we have seen in the second step, you generated your carbanion, but this carbanion is resonance stabilized. Number two is stabilization of the carbanion. Number three is, in the last step we have seen, Cn minus ion is departed. Since Cn minus ion can be departed as a nucleophile easily, thereby the reaction is completed. That means ease with which Cn minus ion depart easily, that is the way how we can complete the reaction. So because of the good qualities of Cn minus ion, this reaction is taking place, a very good reaction in synthetic organic chemistry. Now let us see what are the substituent effects on benzoyl condensation reaction. So in this, let us discuss the effect of substituents on benzoyl condensation. So in this reaction, we are using benzaldehyde. I put the structure like this. Benzaldehyde. Now what substituent effects means? For example, in the para position, I want to keep X. X may be an electron releasing group or X may be an electron withdrawing group. That means if I keep an electron releasing group in benzaldehyde, what happens under the mechanism of benzoyl condensation? If I keep an electron withdrawing group, what happens on the mechanism of benzoyl condensation reaction? Case 1, first case I take when electron releasing group is present. Electron releasing group is present. So that means electron releasing group is, I can use dimethylamino group or a methoxy group or a hydroxyl group. These are the generally used electron releasing groups in the laboratory. For this, I take the example. I want to take dimethylamino group. That means I have used the compound para dimethylamino benzaldehyde. What happens if this compound is used for benzoyl condensation? What happens as usual? C double bond O group is polarized. Carbon is getting a positive charge, O is getting a negative charge. We know very well that the two methyl groups present on the nitrogen atom, in total it is a very good electron releasing group. Therefore, it can pump its electron density on the benzene nucleus. Therefore, the positive charge formed on the oxygen atom will be neutralized by this pi electron pair. Therefore, this pi electron transfers here. This carbon gets a positive charge. The lone pair of electron on nitrogen migrates onto this carbon atom, forming you N CH3 double bond CO minus charge hydrogen. So this is the resulting structure, and N gets a positive charge. So this is the resulting structure in this compound. What happens If you get a negative positive charge on this carbonatum, cyanide ion can attack. But the positive charge has been neutralized by the electron releasing group present at the para position. Therefore, cyanide ion is unable to attack this carbonatum now. That means further reaction is not possible. That means benzoic condensation reaction is not possible when an electron releasing group like dimethylamino group or a methoxy group or a hydroxyl group are present at the para position of the benzene nucleus. Now let us see next case is what happens if I put electron withdrawing group. Second case is when electron withdrawing group is present. So I take a beautiful electron withdrawing group like nitro group. Therefore, I take the compound para-nitrobenzaldehyde. So para-nitrobenzaldehyde, if I take the compound, that means you are having nitro group present at the para position, which is a strong electron withdrawing group. So C double bond O chloride, I attack cyanide ion. So NO2 double bond CO minus charged hydrogen, cyanide ion attacks here. Now this hydrogen migrates to this oxygen atom, forming you double bond C OHCN negative charge para position, N double bond O negative bond O. This is the structure you got. Up to this step you got nicely the mechanism is going on. That means you are ready to attack the second molecule of aldehyde to this carbanium. But what happens? When once the carbon gets a negative charge, N double bond O group is polarized. Nitrogen gets a positive charge, O gets a negative charge. Immediately this nitrogen takes the pi electron pair from this carbonatum. Therefore, this armed negative charge enters into the benzene nucleus, thereby the resulting structure is double bond C OHCN single double bond N O minus charge negative bond O. That means the forward negative charge has been resonance stabilized, or it has been attracted, or it has been pulled towards nitro group. That means further reaction is not possible. Hence we can conclude that even when the electron withdrawing group is present, like the nitro group is there, benzoic condensation is possible. Already we have seen case 1 electron releasing group, case 2 electron withdrawing group. That means when benzaldehyde is having either an electron releasing group or an electron withdrawing group, benzoic condensation reaction is not at all possible. Now let us see what is meant by a crossed benzoic condensation reaction. Let us see what is a crossed benzoic condensation. So already we have seen para-dimethylamino-benzaldehyde or para-nitrobenzaldehyde. Both are unreactive aldehydes when they are treated with the potassium cyanide alone. That means para-dimethylamino-benzaldehyde is unable to form a benzoyl. Para-nitrobenzaldehyde is unable to form a benzoyl. Now, what is called crossed benzoic condensation reaction? So already I have told you that among the two aldehyde molecules, one aldehyde's purpose is to generate a carbanion. Second aldehyde molecule is a good acceptor of the nucleophile, otherwise called a carbanion. So we do one thing. That means you prepare a carbanion somehow or other, and generated carbanion must be added to a strong carbanion acceptor or a nucleophilic acceptor aldehyde. That means I want to take para-dimethylamino-benzaldehyde and benzaldehyde. Benzaldehyde is a good acceptor of the carbanion. and if I prepare a carbanion from para-dimethyl aminobenzaldehyde, what happens? So the reaction is going on. If I do the reaction with para-nitrobenzaldehyde and benzaldehyde, para-nitrobenzaldehyde, it cannot form any benzoyne when you treat even with benzaldehyde also. That means you cannot expect a mixed benzoyne or a crossed benzoyne condensation reaction when you use para-nitrobenzaldehyde and any other article. But para-dimethyl aminobenzaldehyde, there is a possibility. That means I want to try a reaction between para-dimethyl aminobenzaldehyde and benzaldehyde. If that means there is a possibility of two products. That means if benzaldehyde, if para-dimethyl aminobenzaldehyde forms a carbanion can be accepted or it can be accepted by benzaldehyde, forming the product number 1. For example, another possibility, theoretical possibility, if benzaldehyde forms a carbanion, if it is accepted by para-dimethyl aminobenzaldehyde, the product will be like product 2. Look at this simple structure. Keto group, alcoholic group. Case 1, alcoholic group is attached to benzene ring. Keto group is attached to benzene ring having the electron releasing group called para-dimethyl amino group. In product 2, keto group is attached to benzene ring, alcoholic group is attached to benzene ring having para-dimethyl amino group. Already we have seen the mechanism that para-dimethyl aminobenzaldehyde, if you control the reaction and if you do carefully the reaction, what happens if you do carefully, you can generate a carbanion. That carbanion can be accepted easily by benzaldehyde, forming product number 1. That means product 2 is not possible. That means you are having a benzoyne in which the alcohol is attached to benzene ring, keto group is attached to the benzene ring having para-dimethyl amino group. That means whenever you get a question in entrance examinations, that means always you will be given what is called either a para-dimethyl amino group or a hydroxyl group or a methoxy group like that and a benzaldehyde. Therefore, you write the correct option like that. That means alcoholic group must be attached to benzene ring, keto group must be attached to the benzene ring having the electron releasing group present at the para position. That is the correct answer. So among these two possibilities, product number 1 is the correct answer, product 2 is wrong. Now let us see a simple application of benzoyl condensation reaction. Application. Benzoyl condensation reaction is a very useful reaction as far as organic synthesis is concerned, and it finds use because of its further transformations. For example, you take benzoyne C6 double bond O, C double bond O, CHOH, C6H5. This is benzoyne. This benzoyne then oxidized with sodium hypobromide. What happens? This 2-degree alcohol is oxidized to a keto group, forming you this compound called benzene. This benzene, when treated with sodium hydroxide, you will get the compound OH, C6H5C double bond OH. It is called benzylic acid. So this benzylic acid is a rearrangement reaction, finding a lot of use in organic synthesis. And let us see the particular mechanism called here. There is simply 2 degree alcohol has been oxidized to a keto group. Everybody knows it. That benzyl to benzylic acid mechanism. Let us see how the mechanism goes. So C6H5, C double bond O, C double bond O, C6H5 in presence of OH minus ion. C double bond O group is polarized, forming you C6H5, CO minus charge, OH, C double bond O, C6H5. Now the second carbonyl group dispolarizes. Carbon gets a positive charge, O gets a minus charge. Then this phenyl group migrates with its bonding electron pair, forming you C6H5. This electron pair is taken away by phenyl group, therefore this carbon gets a positive. So you will get a double bond between them, C double bond O, OH group, single bond CO minus charge, C6H5, C6H5. If you look at this structure, what happens? O minus means it is an alkoxide ion, it's a carboxylic acid. If you remember the mechanisms of this reaction, then you are studying Cannizzaro reaction also, you can face the same problem. That is, last step you will get a alkoxide and a carboxylic acid. That equilibrium is rather unstable. Immediately what happens? This hydrogen from the carboxylic acid migrates to as a proton with this O minus charge, forming you C double bond O minus charge, COH, C6H5, C6H5. This is called benzylate anion. This equilibrium is more stable, that is called alcohol plus carboxylate ion is a stable equilibrium. That's why benzylate anion. If you put a proton here, you will get your benzylic acid. That means, if you see this mechanism, it is looking like a intramolecular Cannizzaro reaction or an internal Cannizzaro reaction. So this is the mechanism of your benzylic acid reactions. So this is about your benzoic condensation and its applications, everything. And in the next class we will see some more examples of nucleophilic addition to carbonyl carbon.